Oh shit.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on
Can
the
I
wrong
jump off?
foot here.
Just for the fun of it.
I'm not
Okay, I
sure
can
if
actually.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Yes! Good day everyone and welcome to the Stanley Parable. Now before I start, I want to apologize for being away for a couple of weeks. A lot of stuff had happened and haven't really made time for YouTube, which is of course a mistake by my part because I do enjoy making these YouTube videos still. There's just been some complications like my Photoshop membership subscription ran out, so I'm gonna have to use find another way to edit thumbnails, and then some nights we're like, okay, I really want to make a video, but if I want to make a thumbnail that is also kick-ass as we know they all are, then I gotta find another photo editor, and I haven't really gotten around to that yet. So I thought, just, you know what, screw it, just make a video, have fun, we can deal with the thumbnails afterwards. Maybe I'll just use, I don't know, clip art or something. We'll figure something out, or just a screenshot of the game. Anyway, but yeah, I'm back, and the Stanley Parable is what we're gonna play now, which is actually the first time we are gonna play it. I bought it, I think, a long time ago. Totally forgot about it. And then I was looking through games and like, what do I want to play? Because I played Cluster Truck the last 2 or 3 times in a row, so I was thinking, maybe people don't want to watch that. Maybe they want to watch something new. So yeah, the Stanley Parable is what it's going to be. I have never played the game, but I have heard about it, and it looks, I don't know, really cool. It's something like breaking the fourth wall, messing with your mind, so I love those types of games. It's probably going to be really fun. So yeah, let's just begin the game, really. If that is what it wants us to. I think it is. End is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is loading. And I think this is going to continue with never the end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay, I'm not going to click to skip this. I want to hear the story of Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Fairly
Orders
simple.
came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every
Sounds kind of boring.
And although others might have considered it soul-winding, Stanley relished every moment that the orders
Well, that's good for Stanley.
as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Maybe
Stanley
he had.
was happy.
Maybe he was made specifically for that job. Maybe he's
And then
like a
one day,
clone.
something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Oh.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Ooh.
Never in all his years at the company had this happened.
So a
This
zombie
complete
apocalypse, or-
isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh shit, Stanley, breaking the norm. Okay, so far so creepy. It's not really that creepy, but I don't like being alone. I like other people around me, or just, you know, other computer control people around me.
All of his co-workers
Oh, shit.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I think I turned it off. Hello? Employee number 435, please don't be mad at me. I hope you saved your work before I turned it off. I sometimes get that scary. I have an IT job at my university alongside my studies, and you know, sometimes you install something new for somebody who wants to get their program or computer or whatever it is fixed, and of course, like, I don't know, 49 out of 50 times you of course tell them, oh, we need to restart your computer, so if there's anything on it you'd like to save, could you please do that, and then we'll restart afterwards. And most times they'll be like, there's nothing really, you can just restart it. Sometimes they'll be like, okay, I just gotta make sure there's one document saved. But that 1 out of 50 times you like don't remember to sell it, and then you just restart it, and you're saying like, so I just restarted your computer, and you hope their expression isn't, and you just hope it's, oh, okay. So yeah, can I turn this picture off? No. Okay. This is quite scary. I like that the narrator voice gives me orders, just like the computer did to Stanley. Is this something I can, I want to turn off all the computers. I mean, people left work, and now they're just standing here using power. It really is a total expense for the company, an unnecessary expense for the company. Now, where is this meeting room I've heard so much about? It's probably the way we came from, or not the way we came from, it's probably the way we're going, like straight ahead.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, okay, so this is what the game's about. Listening to the narrator voice and deciding whether or not you want to do what it tells you to do. So if I take the door on the left and listening to him, if I take the door on the right, it's probably some monster in the hallway. Okay, probably not. I'm gonna listen to the narrator voice so far and see what happens. But this isn't a horror game. It's just a kind of a horror vibe because of, you know, the abandoned office. It is.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, okay. So the targets. Push for funding for R+D of new coffee machine. Standard graphics 4 times wide. Not cost efficient. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Okay, sorry for that, Chris. Synergize papers. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? And please keep the targets and the topic off. Something that's blurred out. Employee. Da, 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 da. It's really nice, actually. It looks like a pretty standard whiteboard. Okay, so the meeting was about rate at which chart on the same slide depicts the same rate of increased graphs per slide. So this is what it's all about, you know, breaking the fourth wall and messing with your head. By Crowley post review. And I'm not gonna read all these. I mean, I was gonna say I don't work here, but really I do. Chris, are you still in the room closet? Oh shit! Please don't be in there still. Chris.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here.
No,
so he
Chris
turned
isn't
around
here.
and got back on track.
No I don't. Check what's in here. Can I grab a weapon? Feel like it would be nice to have a weapon.
There was nothing here. No
Okay,
choice to make, no path to follow.
Get it.
Just an empty broom closet.
Get it.
No. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, I'm just gonna follow what the voice says because I'm really freaked out if I go down the basement. You know, just going down in any basement really is a stupid idea. Much like what the fuck. Okay, so this is where the boss is. Makes kind of sense. I mean, looks to be really expensive. Holy shit for an office. Please don't.
Stepping into his manager's
you're
office,
close.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley
That
wondered in
bookshelf is from
disbelief who
Counter-Strike Source.
orchestrated this. What dark secret
it?
was being held from him?
I mean,
What he could not have
shut
known
up.
was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Oh.
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
So I like that the narrator is telling a story and pretty much giving away what you have to do. I forgot 2847. Was that the code? Shit. Okay, but I want to talk about this
Stanley
bookshelf.
just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never
Yes.
possibly know that the combination was 2845.
2845. Thank you for reminding me again. Okay, but this bookshelf, I mean, when you played the old zombie levels on Counter-Strike Source, where you know, like had to board yourself in.
2845.
I get it. Okay, just let me narrate, and then you'll have your chance afterwards. You had to board these for the doors, and then put something up against it, so the zombies couldn't get in to the, you know, the room you were in. So let's see here, the office, and I can press something here. No.
For God, But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in.
What?
And the door just
didn't press
opened
anything
all
in.
by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
What the hell? Okay, so the narrator really wants us to 2845. I want to press it instead of 2845. And see what happens. Haha, it's correct. Now does it close? No? There's something happen over here. We can't press stuff. No. Okay, that's fair enough. Ah, let's go through here. Holy shit, that's a creepy hallway up there. That's where the spiders live. Okay, getting kind of creepy here. Well, sure, let's press the big red button and go down. That's gonna be great. Loading. So I feel like it's gonna be
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
No. Can we please go upstairs again? Please. No. Okay then. Oh shit. Yeah. Definitely a lot more creepy. So what I was gonna say was that I feel like it's gonna be an issue having two narrators, me and the guy in the game. I mean, we have played other games where a narrator was a thing.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, I kind of don't want to walk in there. I kind of want to go towards the escape. But then again, that looks really creepy too. Oh, you're toying with my emotions. If light is on, call 914 immediately. I need to call 914 because the light is on. Okay, guys, what do we do? Is it most fun to experience the game following the narrator's voice, or is it more fun to, you know, go on your own way? Are we a free bird, or are we well, mind controlled thing? Pretty much mind controlled. Let's see how that works out for it. No, okay, I immediately regret this decision. Okay. Yep, that's the decision we made now. Oh, fuck this. Reminds me of a Disney World tour I took once where you couldn't even see the fucking ground of the roller coaster you were in.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Shit.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
This is where Batman
did he
lives.
have the strength to find out?
My god. What the hell is this? I have no idea what to expect in this game otherwise. Other than it will fuck with your mind. That is the only thing I really understood about it. Okay, so now all these screens maybe turn on.
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true nature revealed.
Ooh.
Each bore the number
247,
of
that's
an
mine, right? Okay, I
Stanley's
didn't even...
co-workers.
Holy
the lives of
shit.
so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh, damn. Dear God. So it is some kind of facility where they maybe clone people, just like Clone Wars, and then make them do one specific task. 247. Where am I? Down there. Wasn't I 247? Oh. Okay. It's focusing on a bunch of drawers, it seems. Oh, what's this?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Damn, Stanley. Stanley.
No.
Stanley. Oh,
He
shit.
refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Maybe.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Press the green button.
And as the cold
Yellow.
reality of his
Blue.
past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he
Definitely
would
not.
dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay then. What happens if we go down here? Nothing. So we need to dismantle the controls. Which sounds a lot more easier than I think it is. Is that button up there maybe? Something big. And shiny is probably what we need to go towards. Number 4. Okay, nothing happening there. Then what needs to happen? We couldn't press on the buttons and the things because they didn't do shit other than play a little melody. Maybe that's the big button over there. Wait, that spells 5. What's this? That spells 5. That does nothing either. Okay, oh, okay, this seems more official. Mind controls, idle, awaiting input. Sorry about that.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
But if I press on, won't I become a happy slave worker again? No, it's off. Shit. I think I ruined the game. Are you even supposed to do what the narrator tells you, or is it more fun if you don't? I'm guessing there's more ways to play the game.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Oh shit, stars.
Was it over?
Also. Okay, this is
Yes. He had won.
creepy. What the fuck?
He had defeated the machine.
What the fuck?
Unshackled himself from someone else's
Okay, I can walk, I can
command.
walk. Oh, shit, what's
Freedom
this?
was mere moments away.
I feel like I'm gonna get really,
And
really
yet,
scared. Oh shit.
Even
what
as the
heck?
immense door slowly opened,
no.
Stanley reflected on how many
Hide
puzzles
somewhere.
still lay unsolved. Where
can't see
had
me.
his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed
The
into
birds
the
outside?
chamber, he realized none of
Oh,
this
what?
mattered to him.
Oh, about the
For
trees.
it was not knowledge
Freedom!
or even power that he had been
Fucking
seeking,
freedom.
but happiness.
Oh wait, this
Perhaps
isn't
his
freedom.
goal
Oh,
had
is
not
it?
been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to
Oh
do,
my god.
or how to feel. Whatever life he
Oh my
lives,
god, yes.
it will be his.
So freaking peaceful.
And that was all he
Are you
needed.
just toying with me?
It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Please. Let me be free.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Cool. So, if you do what the narrator tells you to, then the game's over really fast. What? Or apparently not. So Stanley's back in his seat. And, something's going on again.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What?
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. I'm guessing this is part of the game. Where, you know, something different happens this time? If you play it again?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. So we did the thing the narrator asked us to last time, so I'm gonna do the thing I want to
This
the next
was
time.
not the correct way to the
Which is
meeting
the
room,
complete
and
opposite.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes. Or no. I did not want to do that. I want to do something else. Okay, I'm guessing we can't really go back.
Ah, yes, truly a room
nice.
worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in it. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope. Aha.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I am really bad at following directions, but I did follow your directions the last time. Oh, keycard scanner. Need to find a keycard. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. It will cause death. You don't say. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. So, if I misuse it and jump off and get my head smashed in, I will get fined $6,000. That kind of sucks. Oh shit.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the
Can I jump
wrong
off?
foot here.
Just for the fun of it.
I'm
Okay,
not
I
sure
can
if
actually.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Yes! Stanley is the most powerful human being ever spotted on Earth. Oh, okay, so now we start all the way back again.
Stanley was
Back
alone.
here.
Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
Yes.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope, right
This
again.
was not the correct way to the
And this
meeting
time I'm
room,
gonna take
and
the lift
Stanley
all
knew
the
it
way.
perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes. Really beautiful
Wow.
lounge. Now
Yes,
let's move on.
this room.
Woo.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
It really was. Or did.
Look,
It goes
Stanley, I
on.
think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing
Oh,
your
shit,
trust
it's
in
gone
someone
upwards.
else can be difficult.
Fuck,
but
what?
the fact is that the story has been
Oh,
about
there we-
nothing but you all this time.
Yeah.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Ooh.
Someone you've forgotten about.
Ooh.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Her. Sounds interesting.
This is it, Stanley.
Love person.
Your chance to redeem yourself.
Yes.
To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Yes.
She's been waiting.
She's been away. Oh shit. Yeah. Kinda feel alright being single as Stanley right now, so I'm just gonna. Fuck. Can't really do anything else then. Away! The darkness! Shit, my. Fuck me,
That's
I'm
her,
sorry.
Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her.
Is it my mom? Hello? What the fuck?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh.
I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go.
Please let me
All
see
right,
another
now,
person.
I want you to come in and tell me all about your
What the fuck?
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Oh.
Who'd want to commit their life to
Narrator's
you?
dick in this game
I'm
too.
trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Okay, I'll play along. Holy shit, for a
This
small
is a very
apartment.
sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Stanley. Good morning, employee 427. Press E on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Awesome. Press 3.
Look at him there,
What the
pushing
fuck?
buttons,
Oh.
doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
What? Press 6. Okay.
But in his mind,
What happened?
in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
So I, as the player, am Stanley now.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press E to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Press B to prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Okay, so this game's about Stanley making or creating a world for himself where he can make choices. And I actually thought the game was about following that yellow line because that's actually the only part I've seen, not the mind control or the game with the baby, whatever the hell that is. But I'm guessing whichever way you go, there's a kind of different plot to the game. Please press Q to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press R to tell your wife you love her. I love you, wife.
But there is no answer.
And there is no wife.
How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Great. Press G to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Oh. That's what it wants me to. I'm not going to push it. Oh, but no, I didn't want to listen to the narrator this time.
You see?
I'm pressing it.
Can he just not hear me?
Nope.
How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself?
What?
How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I don't know. Press 5 to question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley.
There we go.
We're not so different, I suppose.
Nope.
I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die. What the
Stanley
fuck?
pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Huh? What the shit? Okay, well, I see why this game messes with your mind. It's fucking weird. But it's fun. I like the narrator. It kind of reminds me of the narrator's dick, really. Except that game isn't so much just doing what the narrator tells you to, but more like you do what you do, and then the narrator is just gonna, you know, harass you and call you names and stuff. Funny things. But this game is more like, do you want to listen to what the narrator says? Do you want to do your own thing? And whatever you do, there's kind of a hidden meaning behind it. So I'm guessing the next time we do kind of what the narrator wants us to and kind of what the narrator doesn't want us to kind of get to that yellow line thing or the game with the baby or whatever. Because we did do the mind control thing. And we did do the thing where, I mean, we apparently pressed the button and died in the ending, something like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this part of the Stanley Parable. I'll definitely return to this game at some point. It's really fun, and I hope I really will do my best to keep making videos once a week as I did before. And until then, I hope you guys have a great time, and bye bye bye.